Hey everybody, happy Saturday afternoon. It's Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations. Thank you so much for joining. Y'all, I am so pumped about doing this afternoon. I'm just excited. I've got everything right here. This is such an easy, simple, easy executable, simple recipe, but yet it's also very, very versatile. There's so many different things you can do with it, and so many different things you can try, or you can just stick to it just like this and just keep it simple. So I'm so excited to share this with y'all. So thank you again for joining. Hey y'all, before we get started, I just want to say, how are you doing? Hey, thanks for joining, Christine. How's life going, y'all? Are you stir crazy yet? Are you about ready to get out of the house? Have you done all the projects you can do? Gosh, life is crazy. I have to brag on my husband for just a minute. Speaking of just life and stuff happening, this morning I got it in the garage and finished my chalk painting project on the nightstand. Not sure if you had an opportunity to watch that, but I got that done. Y'all, this is so funny. Well, it's funny, but it's not. Hashtag it's always something. So I was out there, I don't know, half an hour or so. And before I went out there, I had put some sheets and a few towels in the washer. Went out, did the paint project, did not come in, of course, till it was done. I come in, and the washing machine had decided to dance. It was like all out of whack. I guess it had gotten off balance. And so it gets better. So I go over to the washing machine, and I'm looking at it, just kind of shaking my head. And I look over, and of course, the dryer obviously is right beside the washing machine. We have the top load. I used to have the front load, but I'm over that. I'm back to the top. I went back to the top load a few years ago. But I look back behind the dryer, and there's lint for days, y'all. And we're in a new house. We've just been here a year in this house we built. The dryer vent that's supposed to be attached to the back of the dryer had come undone who knows when. And you got all this lint that's supposed to be going from the dryer outside that's all over the back of the dryer, the back of the wall. It's just nuts. Brad wasn't here at the time, so I texted him a picture and said, what's wrong with this picture? It has nothing to do with chicken spaghetti, but y'all, just life, stuff just happens. But I found the, gratitude in it. I'm like, well, I guess if the washing machine had not danced all over the place from being unbalanced, that perhaps I'd have never known about lint being everywhere. So, oh my goodness gracious, just craziness. But who else joined? Let me see. Hey, Aaron, thank you so much for joining. All right, let's jump right into chicken spaghetti. Y'all, I have used this recipe for years, and I've already said just how simple it is. However, there's also so many different things you can do with it. I have everything right here except the noodles that are already done. So that'll be the only thing that I get from the stove over there. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I have. I have my chicken breast that I cook. That's 4 pretty nice sized chicken breasts. And here's what I'll say about the chicken. If you like dark meat, if you like doing a whole chicken, whatever your preference is, go with it. We prefer chicken breasts here, so I do chicken breasts. So I already cooked those on the stove. Another thing I was going to say about your chicken is that roasted. You might like roasted chicken. However you like your chicken, and whatever kind of chicken you like, go with it because it will work. Hey, Jenny, thank you so much for joining. Y'all, Jenny, along the way, will be providing suggestions and options to make this same recipe with gluten-free products, dairy-free based products, perhaps some plant-based products. So thank you so much, Jenny, for being my partner in this and offering those alternatives to my traditional way of making it. I really appreciate it. So that's your chicken. The thing that I personally like, though, about boiling my chicken is I want that good broth because I cook my noodles down in the broth, and you just can't go wrong with a good chicken broth. Which brings me to, on chicken broth, you can also do so much with it. For my chicken spaghetti, when I'm boiling that chicken, I do salt, pepper, a good bit of pepper, and garlic powder. I've thrown some thyme in there before. If you have fresh rosemary, you can put that in there. If you have some celery stalks, really just whatever flavors that you like, make your broth, throw that in there with the chicken. You really can't go wrong. So that's kind of my chicken, how I do my chicken. I've got my Velveeta here. Some people have an aversion to Velveeta for whatever reason, say it's not real cheese. I like Velveeta. It's good in chicken spaghetti. This is the 16-ounce package. I use the whole thing, okay? So there's my Velveeta. 1 can of Rotel tomatoes, 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of cream of mushroom. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I do with that. All of that is already in this bowl right here. And I mix it all up, got that done. And then I have sauteed some onions, already have those ready, with some minced garlic. And y'all, I take that, let me use this one right here. And I dump those into my mixture over here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I get everything mixed up. Boom, done. All right, gonna stir that in. And for my noodles, I like to use, in my chicken spaghetti, I like the traditional spaghetti noodles. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier this week, and her husband uses egg noodles, and I was like, ooh, that sounds good. My thing on the noodles are noodles. They're different shapes, they're different textures. Well, not different texture, depending on how you cook it. They all can turn out al dente, but you know, again, whatever noodles you like. For tonight, I did cook the spaghetti. However, I did not have a full package. I probably had 3/4 of the package. And so I needed more noodles, more spaghetti than what I had. And so I cooked a little linguine with the spaghetti. So it's a combination of the linguine. Of course, I gave it a head start cooking it because it's a little bit thicker, as you know, than the spaghetti. So I gave it a little bit head start. I made sure all of it only cooked, not even quite al dente, a little bit below that, because it's going to cook some more in the oven, which, by the way, I've got my oven at 375. I'm going to step around here and see what comments, because I can't see them from here. Oh, Christine, yes, rotisserie, absolutely. Craving chicken spaghetti, Erin, I prefer chicken, yep. Bake my breast with a bone. Oh my gosh. Hey, Alice, you are so right, Erin. Get those good, nice thick ones with a bone. You cannot go wrong, absolutely. Okay, the other thing I do with my mixture right here, because I like it just good and creamy, I don't want it to dry out, is I have reserved about a cup of my chicken broth, and I pour that directly into my soup mixture. Yeah, and Christine, thank you so much for commenting, and Erin both, because I love hearing different ways, different things you do. The other thing I'll say about what all that goes into it, I mentioned the onions. Often I will also put mushrooms. I'll either get fresh mushrooms and saute those with the onions, or I'll just, if I have a jar of mushrooms are just a staple in my pantry. I put green bell pepper in it sometimes. Of course, you can do spinach, you can do green peas. I mean, there's different things you can do to get your veggies in. Jenny, I know that you had some suggestions on a couple of different things. Obviously, you can buy the gluten-free products. I know Trader Joe's has some options. Kroger has some options. I'm just stirring this up really good, y'all. I'm going to put just a little bit more. And then I think, Jenny, you were talking about getting the spinach. And, I got to stirring a little crazy. Made a little mess. Yeah, and Jenny, you even mentioned, what was it the other day you were saying I could do with cashews? You're like, if you really want to get all fancy schmancy, I'm like, well, let me take this in baby steps. All right, I got that all mixed up well. I'm gonna rinse my hand off real quick. Y'all, this prep sink is the best ever. Who has a prep sink? When we're building this house, and of course, I was drawing out my dream kitchen and telling Brad what all I wanted in it. I said, my kitchen sink is going to be at the back of the house with a window overlooking the pool. Check. I'm going to have a pot filler, best thing ever, and I'm going to have a prep sink. And he really kind of thought I was crazy talking about the prep sink, but it's beautiful. And while he's over there washing dishes, I got him trained well. Yeah, most of the time. He's in the back now so he wouldn't be so noisy. But when we're both in here and I'm at the stove or I'm over here chopping or whatever at the prep sink and he's over at the kitchen sink, at the sink washing dishes, it works out real well. Okay, so now I am ready to combine everything. And I mentioned I've got the oven on 375. I've already sprayed my little glass dish here with a little bit of Pam spray. To be honest, I don't even always spray it. It does fine. It doesn't stick. I just thought about it. So I'm going to put everything in here, and then I'm going to kind of put some noodles in. Then I'm going to put a little bit more. And really, I mean, y'all know, it's just mixing it all up. But it goes a little bit, it's a little bit better if I do it probably about half of it and then go back and add the rest. So I've added my chicken, my soup mixture. I'm going to add, I just like cut my cheese into little pieces. I'm going to add that in there, half of it, and stir it up. I'm going to bring my noodles over here because I don't drain them. I take them directly from the pan, directly from that broth. Yum! So good. All right, tell me what else y'all are cooking this week. I know a couple people have mentioned they've been craving chicken spaghetti. And as you know, y'all, this goes far. We won't eat this all tonight. We'll have it for leftovers, and it also freezes well. All right, I'm going to bring those noodles over here. There we go. All right, I'm taking them directly out of here. Dumping them over in my casserole dish. Juice and all. I'll do another big scoop. And then I just use this to stir it up. Anything else? Any other seasonings y'all use? I love Rotel tomatoes. I just think they have such a good seasoning to them. Of course, we like spicy. Well, we being Brad and I like spicy. I'm just thinking like, ooh, some cayenne pepper, some jalapenos to make it like Mexican style. We could do Southwest seasoning. Have y'all ever done anything like that? Making it more Southwest taste. More chicken. It's going to be a full thing. My friend Mercedes is coming to pick up some. When I was on, I don't know if it was when I scheduled the event for this or what it was. When I was online talking about it the other day, she's like, oh my gosh, I want some. I've been craving it. Let me rinse this off because I got to get some more noodles. I don't guess it matters, except that I generally, not on purpose, but I always end up cooking like more noodles than I need. So maybe just the spaghetti noodles I had would have been enough. But Hannah will eat them with some butter and Parmesan cheese if they're left over. So it's okay. If I have too many, they'll get eaten. I'll put the rest of my cheese. And I like the 1/16 ounce of cheese is just about right. I want it nice and cheesy, but not like overpowering. And so for this size, It's just about right. It gets to be a little messy to stir once it starts getting full, right? Makes quite a bit. All right, I'm gonna put the rest of this. And then I think that's gonna do it. I don't even think I need the rest of those noodles. All right. I'm gonna move this out of the way. So I really don't think I need the rest of those noodles. Oh my gosh, y'all, so good. So pretty. I'm looking at it going, ooh, I wish I had the mushrooms in here, but my sweet Hannah Bug is not a mushroom fan. Every time I say something about something that she doesn't like on one of these videos, she's like, really? Do you talk about me again? I was like, yes, but I did it in a loving way. All right, y'all, I'm gonna add a little more of the broth. Not too much, okay. I almost get it, not soupy, but I just wanna make sure it's real creamy and that it doesn't dry out. That looks about right, except that it can use a little more chicken. I used almost all 4 of those chicken breasts, but hey, I can snack on the rest, right? I'm just getting it all stirred up really well. Easy peasy. All right, and then I'm gonna wipe off my dish and put it in the, y'all let me get a wet paper towel real quick, and I'll check the comments. Hey, Janae, did I say your name right, sweetie? I'm really enjoying following you. Hey, Sharika, I'm so glad y'all joined. Janae, you and I have got to partner so that when I am making a dish, you can do a cocktail or a mocktail that complements it well. So follow up with me on that and let's do that. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, I've got that all cleaned up around the edges. And what I'm gonna do is put this in the oven. I've got my oven on 375. As y'all know, everything is in it is cooked. It's just that Velveeta needs to melt. So I'm gonna put it in a 375 oven. I'm gonna set the timer for like 12 minutes, and then I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna stir it to make sure that cheese is just distributed well. And then I'll just put it back in there for another 10 or 12 minutes until it's completely bubbly, all the cheese is melted, and that is it. It is so easy. Very few ingredients, so easy to execute. Lots of different options that you can do to get your veggies in. You can make it gluten-free, dairy-free. Jenny, I can't remember all the products, but y'all, if you're interested in that, I posted pictures of her suggestions on the event when I posted the event for this. So anything else? Let's see. All right. Any other questions, suggestions, any other seasonings y'all use? To do yours different, please let me know. I'm always anxious to learn new ways of making things. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate your support of Southern Traditions. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy and well, and love on your families, and don't go stir crazy. And I heard the computer beep again. I'm gonna check. Let me scroll down just a second. Oh, there's some more comments. Heather, Suzanne. Okay, there's Jenny's. I had not scrolled down enough to see all that. Ooh, Janae, taco bar. Fresh bell pepper. Yep. Yep. Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Oh, hey, Chad. Oh, Chad, you gonna make some chicken spaghetti tonight? Or one day? Hey, Judy. I think I said hey to everybody. I had not scrolled down on the computer to see who all was on there. So thank you all so much for joining. This is going to go in the oven. And then I told my friend Mercedes I don't see her on here, but I texted her earlier. I said, okay, once I put it in the oven, it'll be about 25 minutes or so, and I'm putting some in a container for porch pickup for my sweet friend Mercedes, because she just reached out and said, please give me some. So I'm going to let y'all go, and I'm going to put this in the oven. And tune in, let me see, is it Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember. You can look for the post. I'm going to have a special guest talking about decluttering and organizing at home. And so if that is something that is of interest to you, be sure and be looking for that promotion that I do. I just can't remember right now. I think it's Tuesday. I'm pretty sure that's when we're going to do it. Her name is Paige Shepard. She's with Shepard Organizing Solutions. And I'm looking forward to having her as a guest on a live broadcast to share her best practices for decluttering at home while we're all home. So thank you again so much for tuning in. Please continue to share, like, comment, all that good stuff to help me get the word out about Southern inspirations and good stories. So y'all have a great Saturday night. Live life, y'all.